What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. When it comes to hip hop collectives, I've always felt that they should be doing everything in their power to ensure that all members of the group are getting shine. They're getting the love. Like, obviously, every collective has their flagship artist. For instance, ASAP Mob. Of course, Rocky and Ferg are the biggest names, but they've been doing a great thing with these cozy tape compilations. They've been allowing the other members of the group to get their shine as well. So I feel like these cozy tape compilation albums have been very beneficial to the growth of ASAP 12E and ASAP Nast and ASAP Ant, as well as some of the other affiliates like Aki, who's not in ASAP Mob, but he's affiliated with them. You know, Playboy Cardi's all over this new project. And so the second installment, subtitled Too Cozy, is one that has a great balance of putting the different members of the ASAP Mob into the spotlight, as well as giving you some great guest features that include the likes of Gucci Mane, Big Sean, Schoolboy Q, and others. Now let me jump in and talk about my favorite song, starting off with Bahamas. Bahamas has 7 people on it. That's a pretty huge posse cut. So I'm going to look down real quick and tell you all the names so I don't forget anybody. You have Rocky, Ferg, 12E, Lil Yachty, Key, Schoolboy Q, and Smokey Margella. The Bahamas are often seen as like the ultimate vacation spot. If you go to the Bahamas, you're really living the life. But for these guys, they're like, we work year round, we don't really have the time for that. We ain't never been to the Bahamas. That's what the concept revolves around. It revolves around working hard and not taking vacation. I really feel like this is my favorite beat on the entire album, simply because it brings out these amazing flows from all the different artists. I think Schoolboy Q is the one who absolutely killed this the best. I think this whole beat screams Schoolboy Q. He easily has one of the best features on the entire album. And looking at this, it's kind of crazy to think that this song is no more than 4 minutes. And you have 7 people on here. So it's kind of like in rapid succession, like everybody gets a quick little verse and then it goes to the next. But I feel like Q had like the most time out of everybody. It felt like he was going on the longest, and he felt like he had more to say than everybody else. And that makes sense because Q, and I mean, this is maybe debatable, but I think Q is the best artist on the song, lyrically. My other favorite song is called FYBR. It features 12E, Rocky, Ant, Ferg, Key, and Playboy Cardi. First year being rich is a concept that I feel fits 12E and Ant the most. They're the newcomers, so it's like their first year being rich is pretty much like now. You know, they've been kind of building towards this. They've been able to put out projects. They've been able to tour, but now they're kind of breaking out onto their own. I feel a little more on the 12E side because he just released his debut album, and that's been getting a good reception. This is not to say that nobody else on the song raps well. I feel like Ferg absolutely killed it, and he was able to flip the concept in a way that better reflects him. But I also feel like Rocky and Cardi, they don't really add anything unique to it. Their parts were like the least memorable in my opinion. There's a passage from 12E, like his last 6 or 7 lines, and I wanted to recite them because I feel like it really embodies what the concept is all about. So 12E raps, "Oh, while I be worth my mind and my prophecy, copping these properties, came with the bank and monopoly, just bought a state in the colony, banking a shot off the balcony, mob with the infantry, rich what I gotta be." Like, that right there is another verse that I felt was one of the best on the entire Cozy Tapes too. I have but one honorable mention, and that goes to Frat Rules, featuring Rocky, Playboy Cardi, and Big Sean. Luckily, Cardi is just restricted to the hook, because I feel like Rocky and Big Sean going back and forth on these verses and just showing that it's more of a collaborative effort, didn't really allow for Cardi to like jump in. Like, he doesn't really need to be on the record, but I'm glad that if he has to be on the record, it's just a hook and not like a verse kind of, ruining the magic of what Rocky and Sean bring to the table. Now let me talk about my least favorite songs, Black Card featuring A$AP Rocky and Smokey Margella. So A$AP Rocky is someone who is pretty good at pointing out talent. And he does so with this Smokey Margella kid, who is only 14 years old. But on the flip side, I also feel like he just doesn't bring anything to the table. Now, being 14 means that he can improve all he wants. And I'll continue to listen because I want to see if he can do that. But right now, he pretty much just sounds like this entire generation. Like, one song he's auto-tune singing, another he's sounding like your typical trap rapper. Like on Black Card, that's exactly what he sounds like. And so I'm just like, who is this guy? What's his identity? He doesn't really have one. But I can see him going far because he does sound like what gets over in this generation. He has that I don't want to say talent, but he has that sound. He has that potential when it comes to that front. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets over, especially because he's 14. For some reason, the internet likes to gravitate towards people that have like a little more to their gimmick, and the fact that he's 14 and spitting like this and has the A$AP Rocky / A$AP Mob cosign means that he could get far. But I just don't see, I see the potential, but I don't particularly care for what he's bringing to the table. I will say there is one thing about Black Card that I like, and that's Rocky's random word flow. Like, he's just, kind of letting off some words that rhyme and fill together. I like that. It sounded dope. But other than that, the record doesn't really do anything else for me. My other least favorite is one where I didn't really want to put it on the list, but it was ruined. It's called Get the Bag. And whoever is in the background doing the ad-libs ruined the song. Like, I couldn't even get into the verses because in the background you just have this person, he's like, get the bag, and he's just like overly doing the ad-libs. So that ruined it for me, and that's really all I had to say about Get the Bag. I've come to the conclusion that I enjoy Cozy Tapes 2 in small spurts and mainly just verses here and there. I can totally see the appeal of A$AP Mob, but the music on here doesn't really blow me away. I don't feel like anybody stepped up to the plate and went to the next level. I'm thinking like Gunplay on Power Circle from Self-Made 2. Like, there's not those type of verses on here where somebody's like, yeah, this is the clear standout. This guy's gonna go far. He's gonna get that next push and everything. I mean, if I had to pick an MVP, it would definitely go to A$AP 12y. Just because I really loved his verse on First Year Being Rich. I think also it could just be the feeling of being burnt out on this type of music. This type of music really comes in abundance. It's not hard to find. A lot of rappers are doing this type of stuff. Not necessarily like a posse cut style of what we get on Cozy Tapes 2, but it all kind of just blends together after a while. And so that might be another reason why Cozy Tapes 2 isn't hitting me as much as I would hope. Because clearly there's a lot of talent on the A$AP Mob, but it's just a lot of this doesn't do it justice. I feel like this is maybe more along the lines of a fun project. Kind of like how Ferg's Still Striving was. Like, it's a fun project, and it's not meant to be taken more than that. You're not going to get like the really deep personal records or anything of that nature. As I mentioned in the beginning, A$AP Mob is doing what they should be doing with these compilation albums. Giving shine to the entire squad, as well as giving fans more Rocky and Ferg and Playboy Cardi. So as long as they keep delivering these Cozy Tape projects, I will continue to listen in hopes that I hear progression, as well as some quality music that will last longer than a week or a month or even a year. So those are my thoughts on the ASAP Mob's Cozy Tapes 2, Too Cozy. Let me know what you think about this project in the comment section below. And then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter at Sermons Domain. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching. And until next time, peace.